Being a mom is hard. Being a wife is hard. And doing all of these things and doing it well with a good attitude, it is hard. On those days where you think that you're crazy because of the thoughts that you're having, it's lonely. We see other people around us and it looks like they have it all together. It looks like they've figured it out. And so often I want to know, what's your secret? How do you do it all? The questions that we as moms find ourselves asking is, how do I juggle it all? How do I do it all? I don't know about you, but me in this season of my life with 3 children, I am juggling raising children, looking for time with my husband, work, ministry, homeschool. And on top of all of that, how do I also keep my house tidy? It's hard, but I believe that, hey, it is possible. But one of the more important things that I've been asking God to help me in is not just how to stay on top of all of these things, but in our attempts to, have that Instagram life, or that we see other people around us and it looks like they have it all together. It looks like they've figured it out. I want to know, what's your secret? How do you do it all? But I think that more importantly than finding a way to do it all, at least for me, I'm asking God to really help me to love my children well, to cultivate an atmosphere of love, joy, and peace in our home. That is truly becoming more important to me than just figuring it all out, staying on top of everything, juggling everything. And I think that will be just a lifelong journey, at least while having our children in the home, learning how to juggle it all. I believe it's an ongoing thing. Maybe you find yourself not only struggling to balance all of these things as well, but my reason for doing this channel is for no reason other than to encourage you, to let you know that you're not alone. So often when we're struggling, when we're just having bad days, and when it's hard. Being a mom is hard. Being a wife is hard. And doing all of these things and doing it well with a good attitude, it is hard. On those days where you feel like you're terrible at this, on those days where you ask yourself, like, will I ever figure this out? On those days where you think that you're crazy because of the thoughts that you're having, because you just want some time to yourself, you know, I've felt all of those feelings. I have had some crazy thoughts, and it's lonely. It can feel so lonely. Though so many of us, there's mothers all around me, and I know, I even living in an apartment, I know there's so many moms in my building right now. But I can so easily forget that there's a woman in the apartment next to me that is having the same thoughts, navigating the same challenges. And I really just wanted to do this channel to encourage you that you're not alone, to be honest about the struggles that I too am having, that I lose my patience with my children. I yell, I say things I regret later. I have really hard days. I have moments where I lose it with my spouse. But the reality is, we all do. Behind closed doors, no one has it all figured out. And so I really just wanted to encourage you today. Remember, after having my second child, one day I was driving, and I remember I was listening to a podcast, and she said something. She was talking about how she's just really busy with ministry, and people say to her often, you must be so busy. And she said, I don't like to say that I'm busy. I like to think that I'm fruitful. And I do all the things that I do, but I'm enjoying my life, she said. And in that moment, I realized I'm not really enjoying my life. Back then I only had 2 children at the time. And I remember, again, like I am in this season, trying to figure out how to juggle it all. We're in a desperate search to even do other things that are outside of our home, to find the things that we enjoy and to have an outlet. And maybe it's a creative outlet, or you're so desperately looking to have peace and joy, because sometimes it's hard to find that in our home. I remember saying to God, I want to enjoy my life, because right now I'm not enjoying it. And I realized that at that time, my focus had become more on doing all the things and figuring out a way to balance everything. But I wasn't really focused on how to just enjoy where I was in that season, and how to just invite God in to teach me to just have more patience and love my children the way that only God could love them. And of course, I've had to pray for God to help me do these things, because in my own strength, I have not figured out a way to do it. I actually don't think it's possible. My prayers have changed over the years, and I still pray for God to give me wisdom on how to get my home in order, on how to love my husband better, on how to love my children better, on how to manage it all, and how to show up well, and how to be a person of my word, and how to be on time. All of these things that I pray, but here lately, I find myself just asking God to lead me every step of the way, every minute of my day, especially with my family. I want my children to not see me complaining about how hard my life is and how hard it is to juggle all these things. I don't want them to see me frustrated and losing my patience constantly because I'm forgetting to take moments and just invite God in and recognize that if He's made me the mother to these amazing children, if He has led me to say yes to all of the responsibilities I currently have, that is because with His help, I can do these things and I can do them with an excellent spirit and I can do them with love. I believe that it's possible, but I don't believe it's possible without Him. And so, my goal in sharing all of this with you today is just to let you know that, hey, I'm struggling with these things too. One of the most common things I feel like I hear people say when maybe I'm talking to a mom who maybe is a mom of one, or maybe she just had her first child, and then they hear that I have three, and they're like, oh, you're a veteran, or oh, you're a pro at this, and actually, no, I don't feel that way. Around every turn, with every new milestone, there's greater challenges and things that you now have to learn how to navigate. And so I don't like to think of myself as a pro at all. I actually recognize that I need God's help. And so my encouragement to you is just that, to invite God in and to not try to do these things in your own strength, because, oh my goodness, when I lose it, when I lose my cool, when I am short, when I'm frustrated, when I'm, find myself slamming things and getting upset and just stomping around through the house and being short with everybody and asking the children to help me and let's get the house cleaned up. And when I find myself running around the house like that, I realize, oh, I'm doing this in my own strength. God, I need your help. And so that was really my encouragement to you today, is just that. Don't just pray to have everything together and figure out a way to do everything. What good is it to have a tidy home, to check everything off of your to-do list, if your children feel unloved by you, if your spouse feels neglected by you? Like, what good is it to have success in these things and to feel like you have found a balance, but yet we're neglecting what's most important? That's a place where I have in seasons past really missed the mark. And I'm trying so hard. I hesitated to start this channel. I really did. Years ago, I started what I thought would be my YouTube channel. And I quickly felt that there was no grace on it. And over the years, I've learned more and more how to prioritize what's important to God. And one thing I've struggled with is putting social media before my family. I would get frustrated because I wasn't good at managing my time. I'm still working on learning how to better manage my time. I kind of wasted time throughout the day, whether it was scrolling through social media or trying to, work on my business or work on my website or you name it. And then at the end of the day, I'm scrambling to try to get the things that were most important done. And then I'm frustrated with my kids, or I'm short with my husband, or, I just have a bad attitude. I've learned to invite God in, even to my daily to-dos, and say, Holy Spirit, like, lead me and guide me. You know the things that are most important. I have my list of to-dos, but you know what's most important. You know what's going to make a difference tomorrow for our family. And so I ask that you would lead me, guide me, teach me what to do next. I have so many things I feel like I need to do, but teach me your order of priority for my day and help me to do what matters. My prayer right now is just, God, teach me how to manage my time well. Teach me how to create systems that would bless my family and allow me to do all of the things that I believe you've had me say yes to in this season, but not do it at the expense of loving my family well, of honoring my husband, honoring you. I want to still have time to seek you. I want to keep my home in order. I want to do these things. I just want to do them in a way that honors you. And I don't want to make other things a priority. Ask God to help you do the more important thing, to cultivate a spirit of peace, love, and joy in your home, to show up faithfully and more intentionally, to be more present with those in your family. So often, I know that for me, when I'm frustrated, when I'm stressed out, it could be so easy to be in my home, but to be checked out, to not really be present with my children, because I want so badly to escape like the mess. And that really only happens when I forget that God is able to help me, to teach me how to love my children, to teach me how to love my husband, to be more patient, to be more gracious. God, I have to remind myself daily also how much I need his mercy. In order to give mercy, I need to remind myself of how much I need God. Your mercies are fresh and new each day because I need them fresh and new each day. Help me to receive your mercy, receive your love, receive your grace so that I could then also give that grace, that mercy, that love to my children, to my family, to those around me, to my community, to the people that I work with. And so that was just my encouragement to you. I hope that, you recognize that you're not alone, that these challenges that you maybe are having in your home, whether it's with one child, two children, three children, or more, that we all face them. Again, don't just ask God to help you juggle all the things, but ask him to help you to enjoy your life while you're doing it and have him teach you how to love those around you well. And I believe that is more important to God than what you're doing. How we love others is more important to God than what we're doing and how much we're accomplishing. To cultivate a spirit of peace, love, and joy in our home, I have found is one of the most important prayers that I can pray, and ways that I can invite God in, have him help me to really enjoy my life and love my family well. I hope that was encouraging to you, and I hope to see you in the next video.